Hey guys, how's it going? It's syphilis. I mean Sisyphus here. Obviously, that was a joke, but I hope you enjoyed the play on words. I'm playing Modern Warfare Horizons again. Using the MTAR and the G19 again. You'll see me inspect those throughout the game. They're pretty good. The devs did a good job with this. Highly recommend you go download it. Link in the description. If you're on PC, come play with me, so I don't need to play against a shit ton of bots. But yeah. Today we're going to be talking about the petrodollar. And for those of you that don't know, the petrodollar is sort of a theory of economics in which the overarching thesis hinges on the dollar being backed not by convertibility into gold, rather fixed and floating convertibility into to oil, which is a basic monetary, or not monetary, rather economic, rather input. So, for example, like if I want to build up my own country, we'll call it Sisyphus land. If I wanted to basically build buildings there or create sort of economic value, I would need oil to essentially transport goods, run the factories, generate power and electricity and things of that nature. So we'll get into more of the mechanism in a second, but just for some background, post sort of World War II, we basically we won World War II. For those of you that don't know, the U.S. won. You can see in the logs in the beginning of the video they doxed me as someone who hails from the United States, but I digress. But yeah, post World War II, we established the Bretton Woods system. Basically, the whole premise of that was that the every currency in the world was pegged to the U.S. dollar, and sort of by extension, the U.S. dollar was pegged to gold at a fixed rate of $35 per ounce. So essentially, every other global currency could then be converted to dollars and vis-a-vis converted to gold via the U.S. dollar's fixed peg. Bretton Woods system also created two other sort of global institutions, the IMF and the World Bank, and their at least initial intentions were to rebuild war-torn economies and to stabilize trade. But yeah, perhaps that'll be another video. Yeah, but basically, in effect, the Bretton Woods basically established that the U.S. dollar was is good as gold. Yeah, then things happened. Cold War happened. Korean Vietnam War. Giant domestic spending on social programs like welfare and food stamps and other things. Section 8 amongst those. And yeah, by the 1960s, other foreign governments, especially France, was seeing us basically print all of this paper out of thin air, sort of like what we're doing now. And we're like, oh well, maybe they don't have that much gold to sort of back it all. So basically, France sent a battleship to New York Harbor to very politely ask for their gold back, to which we declined. And then that sort of prepared or caused Nixon to basically suspend the convertibility of the U.S. dollar into gold. So the U.S. dollar was then essentially backed by nothing. Well, that's sort of what they want you to believe. In actuality, it was backed by gold. So basically, after the 1970s, the U.S. government got very, very cozy in bed with Saudi Arabia, and in doing so, basically ensured that all of their barrels of oils, which sort of coming back to what we talked about in the beginning of this video, are a basic economic input to a functioning modernized economy. What they did was they ensured that all of the oil that they sold were priced in U.S. dollars. And so what does that accomplish? Like, you may hear that and be like, oh, like that doesn't fucking matter. Well, in actuality, it matters a whole shit ton, like a metric shit ton even. And the reason for that is because if say, like an EU country, even though this is before the euro, or any other basic country wants to buy oil for their economy, like they want to, fuel their ships, or the baker wants to move bread from the bakery to the store. What they essentially needed to do is they became captive buyers of the US dollar. So the flow would essentially look like this. Like they would say, let's use Switzerland for an example. They would take the Swiss franc, trade it to the dollar, and then use the dollar to buy oil. And as a consequence, what that does is that basically makes all other currencies forced buyers of the US dollars in secondary markets. And then this sort of allows lots of fun things like exporting inflation, and other stuff, because all other countries essentially become forced buyers of the US dollar, provided that they want to get oil. But the idea behind the petrodollar is that everyone basically needs oil to function their own individual modernized economy. And so, like, just playing devil's advocate here, let's say you think this theory is complete utter nonsense, and that we don't actually, everyone's just operating on the assumption that the U.S. dollar is backed by nothing, and that's totally fine. But when you examine sort of the military action we've taken in various oil-rich parts of the world, you can sort of like see a theme here. So like just going off the riff here, Saddam Hussein tried to price barrels of oil in euros in 2000, deposed, gone, bye-bye. Omar Gaddafi, same thing, tried to price barrels of oils in something that was not the U.S. dollar. He actually tried to price it in his own gold currency, instead of the U.S. dollar or euros. He's gone. No more Gaddafi land. And then let's see two others, most notably Iran. I think we all know what happened here with the Orange Man needlessly bombing them. Up till recently, we also sanctioned the shit out of them. Up until from the 2000s up until currently, for basically limited reason. And then Syria. So, weird. That's super weird that all of the basically places we've been fighting in the sandbox for the past 20 years have tried to price barrels of oil in something other than U.S. currency. Really weird. But, just an observation. This isn't a statement of fact or anything. And for the record, I love my life. I'd never harm myself. But, this is just, we're sort of constructing a pattern here. And I encourage you all to sort of research this yourselves, and don't just rely on me as sort of one source of truth, but just read some articles. There's a really good one from, what's it called, Bitcoin Magazine, that'll be linked below. And yeah, it's just very interesting and opens up your eyes to a lot of the stuff that's potentially happening in the background. But yeah, that's basically it for me. So Sisyphus signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And do your own research. Please don't rely only on my takes.